welcome to Bruce's Eclectic World, and good morning. I almost said Vietnam. I was talking about them Tom Hanks movies last night, okay? So, and Robin Williams movies, and it's still stuck in my noggin. Anyhow, crazy things that comes out of my head. Today, we are excited. We're so excited we went ahead and started and forgot to tell you guys. Oopsie. Let's see. June 24th, 5th, 3rd, somewhere in that neighborhood. There was an auction on eBay. Imagine that, me being on eBay. Right. And it was for a built kit. And it's one of my Grail kits. I mean, very Grail. I mean, one I built as a kid and one I made as a tribute build. Rebuild. Actually, it was a build because all I had was the body when I started. And those that watch my channel will understand that reference. I had the body, the hood, the windshield, and the interior bucket, and a couple, 3 other pieces, and we'll get to that in a minute. And now I found one on eBay. Most I've ever paid for anything, model-wise, that was built, but I had to have it. There are some on there that's even way more than what I paid for. But more on that after these messages from our sponsor, and they went that away. Yeah, they did. One went that way, one went that way, and I don't know where. I guess the other one was following because I have 3. So anyway, more. Let's run over to the sponsor spotlight and see those videos, short clips. I'll be right back.
I want to remind everybody that we are doing our first annual Breast Cancer Awareness 24-hour group build, October 11th, 2025, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. That'll run in conjunction with Bob's Model Works Chris Cortell Annual Cancer Awareness Group Build, which runs from October 1st to October 31st. A link is in the description for that one, so check that out too and sign up for his. Also in the description is a link to the GoFundMe page I set up for the American Cancer Society. We're going to take donations the whole time we're building, and you can start now if you want. But all the proceeds are going to the American Cancer Society, so any help you can give would be greatly appreciated.
I want to thank each and every one of my awesome sponsors, skillfinishes.com with that eclectic 10 code, Gaahleri.com with a capital BEW, and VGC resin. Bleh. Sunday morning, VGC resin by Reese with that AMC Live 10 discount code, and they are also the sponsor of AMC Livecast as well as Scale Speed Garage, and that's every Thursday night at 8 p.m. 7 Central. Right now we're in the summer mode, so it's every other week, and we will be back in full swing August. Anyhow, We want to thank each and every one of you for like, share, subscribing, returning, and without you guys, we wouldn't be sitting here making videos. Well, maybe. But thank you for watching and giving us support that we thought we'd never have that many of. But thank you. With that being said, a tippy bark alert. I don't know. You'll be hearing a lot of that, I guess. So, oopsie. Sorry. Now, what I got. Is he done yet? I don't know. Maybe. Anyhow, what I got was another Astro Vette, original 68 kit. It was built, and I got excited and took it apart and soaked it and totally also and got it all cleaned up already. Oops. Then I went on a hunt for some parts it needed, and lo and behold, I have all the parts. I don't have to buy anything extra. So with that being said, let me show you what we have on the bench. So here we go. We're going over to the bench. And as you see, I have a Astro Vette. Right now, I'm going to show you some pictures right here. The first one is the What I Got kit. It was together, and you can see it has a front tire missing. There was both rear tires and one front tire. And as you can see there's the chassis and all the steering linkage, but there's no engine, radiator, or anything under the hood. But that's okay. And there's a picture of the dash. It come in red, and they took and painted the gauges and stuff, and the gear shift is in backwards. Oh well. And the next picture is a picture of the back end. It does have the exhaust and the tail lights. That's a plus. I'm looking on my phone. There's a picture of the front end, and the grill that goes behind the openings is missing. It's missing on the one that I built too, so no big deal. And here's a picture of the under the hood. As you can tell, there's all the suspension stuff is there, firewall, but none of the innards. Here's some parts that I found. The original wheel covers, inner fender wells, some exhaust pieces, the original bucket, seats, dash, and firewall, all from my original kit. There's some more pictures of the interior. And here's the kit that's going to be the donor parts. Don't get upset. I got 3 of them. I can use one for parts. My stuff, right? Here's one of the wheel backs that broke off the front, and I was looking for those, so I asked my friends, and I was showing you pictures here. There's the thickness of it, and there's the width of the caliper, on the caliper, the width of the ring. And then I remembered I found my original ones in another box. Yay! So some of my friends said, well, they don't have them, but that's okay. We have them. We're all good to go. So, here's where we're at. We got the car apart, and it is white. And I noticed a couple blemishes here and there. I need to do some sanding on it, so I'm going to end up repainting it anyway, and that's okay. As you see, it's white plastic, so we did get both rear panels loose because they were not glued on correctly, and there they are there. Here's the original firewall, the original tail, exhaust port. I took and stripped it. That reminds me, I need to look in the jug because there's another piece missing. And then in the hood, this is the original chassis. I went ahead and stripped the chrome off of this. I have all the control arms, spindles, drag link, and springs that go in here. So this is springy, and the wheels articulate. I forgot about that on the original kit. Now the one that I rebuilt, I used an AMT kit. Well, that was just a stationary thing. But a 63 to 67 Stingray is the correct kit from the AMT or MPC, because this is an MPC kit. Of course, here's the interior. Like I said, I just stuck it in there and stripped it. You can tell the steering wheel and everything's stripped. I still got to get it apart. So we're going to put it in the freezer, wet these down and put them in the freezer so we can get the rest of this stuff apart. Of course, there's the wheel back. Here's the original wheel covers and tires. Now, as you see, I only have 3. So over here, I have the original wheel covers that I just stripped, and they need a little work. But I put lacquer paint on them. Tried to chrome them, and they just turned out like crap. So I tried to paint them silver. Still turned out like crap. And now we have this to make them chrome, and that's going to be awesome. So we found some wheels that's Goodyear, and the backs are just a tad bit bigger, as you can see, but they're the same width, so that's not a problem. But the Goodyear's pronounced pretty good, so we'll put white letters on it. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a custom redo car. Of course, then here's the wheel backs again. The inner fender wells that were missing. Of course, here's the interior bucket that I had when I was a kid. I hung on all these parts, as well as the original firewall. If I can get a hold of it. As you can see, they're exactly the same. So that authenticates the kit as the right ear. And of course, we had the important part, glass. Yes, we had the glass. It was glued on there. I got it off. There's a little bit of a spot right there that's smoked, or they use glue to hold it on. I will sand all the rough edges down that did not get sanded, and then we'll polish this glass up. I hope to get this off. It makes painting a whole lot easier. But it's going to get the freezer treatment, and we'll see if we can get them apart. And here's the springs and a couple other parts that I didn't want to lose. And we may do a couple more segments on this, because this is a zombie build. And this actually turned into the priority zombie build. I just found out I was going to be in another group build today too. But anyway, this is where we're at with this awesome kit. I think that it's going to turn out really, really great. I don't know if I'm going back with white or not. There was a sky blue one and a yellow one, I believe. I'll have to do a little more research, make sure that's correct. If that's the case, then I'm leaning towards blue. Because the other one is white, and that one's dedicated to Chris Cortell. Celebration of Life, because he's the one to help me put that together. He told me what parts to get, and told me how to mix the paint and stuff. So that one's a special build. This one here is going to be the sister to that one, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully we can get these apart. Otherwise, they'll get painted just like that. And by the way, let me swap the cameras here so you can see what I'm talking about. Here is the donor kit. Okay, it's going to have the radiator support and the radiator, most likely the engine, exhaust system, and who knows what else will come out of this kit and go in this one. If I can't get this apart, it may get this bucket in it. I don't know. Don't tell anybody I said that. Anyhow, that's where we're at with this. Awesome. This is gonna be awesome. I was so excited that I won that, and here I will show you this. Now, this is what I bought right here. So that's what I paid for it. And Larry, thank you, buddy, for the kind words and for shipping it out so fast. I got it pretty quick. I got it within 4 days, so that's that's pretty cool, because he shipped it out pretty fast. Within a day or two, and the other 4 days was USPS. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, wrong group. Anyhow, take care, my friends. We'll catch you in the next segment. Yeah, because these videos are going to be segmented. Anyway, catch you in a little bit. Bye.
I want to remind everybody that we are doing our first annual breast cancer awareness 24-hour group build, October 11th, 2025, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. That'll run in conjunction with Bob's Model Works Chris Cortell Annual Cancer Awareness Group Build, which runs from October 1st to October 31st. A link is in the description for that one, so check that out too and sign up for his. Also in the description is a link to the GoFundMe page I set up for the American Cancer Society. We're going to take donations the whole time we're building, and you can start now if you want. But all the proceeds are going to the American Cancer Society, so any help you can give would be greatly appreciated.
Greetings. Welcome back to this segment of the eBay Astro Vette Transformation Rebuilder. I don't know, that's what I might call it. Anyway, got a lot of work done last night. While I was on private chat with some of my friends, and I want to thank them for popping into the private chat. It's always great to have them here. Let me change screens, show you kind of what we've been doing. There we go. We got the hood somewhat fitting in there. It's still pretty tight. It's just hanging in there by itself. Still got to work on that, but that's what we're doing right now. We got the body all cleaned up. All the sharp edges sanded down, which was not done. Everything has been sanded with, 1800. And we'll do a final 5,000 sand before we start a wash, and that before we start getting ready to paint it. This is all cleaned up and ready and fitted, as you can see. Can we bring it down just a little bit? There we go. And that's kind of cool, and it's all one piece still. We did a lot of work sanding on these. The tabs right here that holds that up in the back were broke off when I popped it loose. Got this all cleaned up where the exhaust sits. Once again, this is all fitting. On the back end, we put tabs for that to fit against. So this fits right in here like this now. And if I get everything in the right place. Hard to do this on camera when you can't get it close enough to see what you're doing. Come on. Well, of all times it doesn't want to lay there. Anyway, we got it where it sits level, and we'll squish it in and glue it all the way around. Oh, it's staying now. Then we'll use some resin. And yeah, that's why I use this now for lots of things. Thank you, Manny, for bringing that to everybody's attention, because lots of people on the internet are using it, and it's all because of you, Manny. Thank you. We'll fill this all in so that all fits better and smooth it out. Then we'll make it seamless. Also, we did the front cowl the same way. We put tabs on the inside here. So now when you put that on the front, I have to put it in from the bottom side. Then this will all fit, and then I'll put resin across there to fill all that crack in across here. You can see how well I got it fitting. It hangs there. Oh, I'm sorry. We've not got anything done to the chassis yet. That's tonight's project. And then we got the interior bucket and the rear end parts in here that we need to work on yet tonight. So that's tonight's entertainment. Also, when I took this apart, I gotta look myself. I broke this little piece out right here because it was glued in underneath, and it goes in right here like that. Okay, so I broke that, so I scratched, built a piece and stuck in there and got it all leveled out. You can't even tell. So I have a few skills left, and I used some resin to level that out. And when you paint that, it'll fit right in here. In fact, I don't need that anymore, because this was not all the way up front where it's supposed to be. But anyway, there it goes right there like that. And it was sitting back here a ways. The reason why I had to take it out. Otherwise, I would not took this nose apart. But that's okay. there you have it. There's another part of the build, so we're getting there. We got tonight to work on this, and then tomorrow night is Thursday night, our show, and Friday night, starting at 8 p.m. is the 48-hour group build hosted by Craig over at Mufflers. And so we got Friday night, Saturday night, Saturday, yeah, Saturday night, Sunday night at 8 p.m., 11, 12, 13. Well, one of those nights, be done at 8 o'clock. So, Friday to Saturday morning. Sunday morning. Yeah, Sunday morning, 8 o'clock, that's 48 hours. Screws my noggin up to have a build done. And I'm working on this. So, we'll see how far we get. It'll get done one way or the other eventually. But it's more about having fun and whatnot. Make a couple of videos. Where I made the intro video, we'll make the after 48-hour video. We'll do a couple shorts in the middle. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, I think. Much as I despise shorts, we'll make a couple shorts. We have the technology. So, take care. We'll see you in the next segment. Bye. We have got a lot done. Of course, you seen we already took it all apart. Now we're putting it back together. Let me show you where we're at. Let me switch screens here. There we are. We picked out some different seats that we're going to use, and those are out of the donor kit-ish. We're never ready for stuff, are we? One of these days I need to remedy that problem. Okay, I bought this kit for a donor kit because this is basically the same kit-ish, just a different body. The other thing I wanted from it was the instructions, because the instructions are basically the Astro Vette-ish, minus a few different things, like tires and wheels, but the chassis is mostly the same, minus a few parts, but that's okay. The Astro Vette has a spring suspension on the front. This does not, but that's okay. What it did have was the exhaust system and the different seats I wanted to use, and the radiator and shroud that I did not have. Well, actually, I'm going to copy these exhaust system, but this will be a build for a different, later date. Just saying. But it allowed me to get those. I've got everything on the pikes. I call them pikes. Alligator clips, what do you want to call them? Ready to paint. And these are the original ones from my original car. Along with these wheels. These are the original wheels from the kit that I bought when I was a kid, and I re-chromed them with this here. This is awesome stuff, everybody. Take a picture, hurry. Anyway, I just brushed it on with the brush it came with. Needs another coat. And that is over black primer, Mr. Servicer. But I got all the chrome de-chromed. This is the rear housing, rear axles. But as you can see, we got. I keep pulling that out of there. Quit that. We got everything ready to paint. But what we've been doing is using these two tubings to fix the front end, because this wheel was broke off. As you can see there, it broke off, so I drilled a hole in the center. I drilled it out. I must have put... That's the plastic rod out here. I must have put it back up. Oh well. Anyway, I made this disc separator because it has to match this one. This is the one. This is the spindle that's not broke. Okay, because the one that I have for the other side, this is broke off. Okay, so I had to make this disc to so it have the clearance to pin this one back on, which I have drilled out, as you can see, and then I drilled the top pin because it broke off. There's the bottom one, and I made a brass pin with a little hook on it to glue in that hole so that it will work on the suspension here. Then you have your spring suspension, which is kind of nifty. On these older cars, sometimes you had spring suspensions on the front and the rear, which is kind of neat. So we're in the process of gluing stuff back together. Where's it at? I had to make a new drive shaft. What did I do with it? Well, geez, oh Pete, Bruce. Keep knocking that over. I need to set that somewhere besides over there. Where'd it go? Here it is. I had a 3D printed drive shaft I cut in half. Then I made it the right lengths. And then to glue it back together, I used my VU resin stuff. Thank you, Manny. Because this car did, like I said again, this car did not have a drive shaft, the engine, transmission, no drivetrain whatsoever. Other than it had two rear wheels and one on the left front. Or was it the right front? No, anyway, one of them was broke off. This one was broke off, so it was on the driver's side, which is what I'm fixing here to make it look like that one there. So we're using the engine out of, I'm pretty sure I showed this, but I stole the engine out of this kit. Because when I rebuild this one, I'm going to put a 3D printed engine in it. That's the plan. So this is going to be a little more modern. Astro Vette. To be honest with you, now I was seriously thinking about this kit. Is this has the same, has a two different front ends, and one of them is almost identical to this one. But I mean, they're the same car till you get right here. So, I mean, these will not be hard to make. I may just have it like fill this opening in like that, because it has that raised lip, so you can do that. And then what you gotta do is cut this back piece here off and extend it down, and somehow use this here, get in the shop, Bruce. Cut this down and cut this off and taper this down, and then you don't need the bumper part, so you just shorten this down and make it taper like this side. So it's easy. I'm going to try it. I mean, hey, I got the kit, and it's got a a little bit better interior. So and you're thinking, what am I going to do about a radiator and shroud for that kit? Not to worry. We'll take care of that. That's about all I have. Because like I said, this is the engine out of the other kit. It's already fitted. And I had to make new engine mounts because the original ones were way up here. Right there in that crack. So, like I said, I didn't have anything. So we're scratch building. Now, that's the part I love about fixing these old glue bombs. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this thing. We're gonna work on it some more and bring you back when we get a little more done. I got the engine parts that were chrome in here, so it's all good. Oh, well, I had to make a cross member too. Where's that at? I forgot about that. Where did you go? I moved all this stuff around. Yeah, and I got an aftermarket coil I'm going to drill out. Let me swap you back overhead here. Anyway, here's the cross member I made. I took two pieces of styrene and glued them together to get the thickness. Then bolted a little bit. Put some pins into place to hold the transmission in place. Cut out the notches for the exhaust pipes. And cut the bevels on the end right here. And it fits right down in there where it's supposed to be. So that's pretty cool. Everything's ready as soon as I get this front end fixed. Ready for primer. The wheels are going to be glued anyway because I don't want any of my kits to roll. Turn, yes. Row, no. Anyhow, we're excited about getting this far. We're gonna work on it some more and see how much further we can get. I'd like to get it in primer by Wednesday for sure. And because I got a Challenger setting back here that wants paint on it. A lot of stuff done on it. So anyway, we'll catch you in the next segment. Bye. Greetings, welcome back to this segment of the 1968 Astro Vette that I purchased off the eBay. Yeah, well, we got a lot done the last couple of days. Just been picking away at it here and there. Everything is in primer. And there's a lot of painting work done. We'll show you. Hang on just a second. We'll get you down here to the workbench. Which button? There it is. There we are. As you can see, I just took this out of the Susie bake oven. And yes, I have a Susie bake oven now. And that's a light gray primer. That's dupa color if you're asking. So that's what it is. The body is all prepped, primed, and ready to go. Just like I said, this came out of the Susie bake oven. We had to go back and do some sanding in here where we fixed some of this. And we bought some of these micron markers, ink markers, and put some panel lines around here. And when you primer it over it, it gives that dark edge, as you can see right there. Same way around the doors, the wheel openings. And when I paint over that, it'll be just a little darker for a contrast. That's the plan. I think I've done this once before. Like I said, I fixed all this, fixed this. This has all been repaired. Fixed the spot over here, and that's been repaired with. And I've been using resin and spot putty. That's 3M spot putty. I took it out of the tube. Mine was getting old, so I had to put a bunch of lacquer thinner in it to rejuvenate it. So that's ready to go, to be painted, hopefully today. And that will be painted, where's my nickel? Nickel penny, nickel. I don't know. But we'll probably have some pavement, some platinum. Like I said, pavement. There's going to be some more matte black, my favorite new color. I found it. It was hiding. There's my nickel. That's going to be the body color, by the way. Things we've got done. Well, we got some of the interior bucket painted. That's the matte black. We're going to paint the sides platinum, along with the seats. Where are the seats? There's the seats. I think I'm going to paint those platinum. The dash will probably do that the same way. The interior is going to be platinum. Can you see the seam here? The engine is right now chrome silver, and I'm going to take some clear red and give it a spritz. The spindle has been repaired and is painted. And I did a mock-up, put the whole front end together, and it all still works with the springs. That's and here's the other one. No repairs done on that. But if you remember in the last video, I used brass to make that new pin. So there is that stuff. And all the rest of this is just ready to go. I got the wheel backs painted too, by the way. So they're painted. We're just picking at stuff here and there, and get you over here. Ta-da! We got all the front suspension parts painted, and those are all ready to go. I've still got to work out the exhaust part. I haven't got there yet. You know, the belts, radiator, new supports been painted. A lot of the engine components has been painted chrome silver. The chassis is a work of art. Yes, it is. That is platinum on there. I'm not sure how the camera's pulling it out, but it's definitely platinum. It's going to be a good contrast alongside the nickel. When we paint the body, we're going to kind of spray the sides here a little bit and bring some of that nickel in on the bottom. And then we're going to hand paint some of this black up in here to go along with the black up in here. So we got to repaint some of this stuff black, but that's okay. That was part of the plan to start with. So that's kind of where we're at with all this awesomeness of the tale of the Astro Vette, the rebirth of the Astro Vette from eBay. Like I said, this wheel was what was broke off. No inner fender wells, just bits and pieces, and the hubcaps, original hubcaps from my original car, are re-chromed and ready to go, and that's where we're at with everything. So that's all I got for this update segment. So we'll see you when we get some paint sprayed. Yep. Bye now. Greetings. Welcome back to this last segment. And it did turn out awesome and beautiful. It's got a couple little quirks I may look into fixing later. But I'm pretty happy with it. The problem is the stance is way too high. It's the design of the kit, and I just did not want to redesign the kit. The front end I can kind of fix a little bit. I may go in later because this actually has springs under it, makes it the front end articulate correctly. I may go in there and clip the spring, and so I can lower it down just a little bit. But we'll see. But anyway, with all that said, let's get you down here and let you take a look at what we've done. So here we go. We're going to get you down to the bench. Okay, there you are. Hello. This is our 1968 Astro Vette we got off of eBay. We'll show a picture right here. How about right here? Of what it looked like when we first got it. Those are just a few pictures of what it looked like. And this is what she looks like now. So this is full cart nickel. You can't see it like that. There you go. Okay. And then the interior consists of Mission Model light gray Ghost for the carpet. The interior bits are seats and whatnot. Get that shaded. There we go. Platinum and Tamiya black, and then we did some Tamiya orange and black and brown to do the steering wheel, and lots of other different colors. I use Tamiya products mainly to do the accenting, highlighting. One thing I did forget to grab, pardon the barnyard reach. I do use this. Okay, and that's for the mattes and flat blacks. That's usually the matte I use. The bottom is see if I can get you a little closer. I just do it this way, it'd be easier. The those are 3D printed mufflers. Well, not 3D printed, and various sizes of solder I made for the exhaust system. Like I said, the tires articulate and they are squishy. The left one, I made a bottom pin and a top pin because the bottom pin broke off, so I had to make a new bottom pin for that also. But they work, and that's the important part. The two decals on it, the bow ties came from Firebird Design.net, which is no longer around, not been around for a long time. Let's see if we can get you a picture of the interior. There's the interior. And there's various shades of Tamiya panel liners, the gray, the brown, and the black on the interior to give us some life. The outlines around the door and stuff was with these new micro pins I bought. This is a number 1, but I used a number 3 on it. And that's under the paint. So I give it the openings and stuff a little bit of depth. The hood opens perfectly, just like that. And the engine in this thing is a donor engine from the 1968 AMT Roadster, Corvette Roadster. This has plug wires, master cylinder down in there, you can see it. Upper and lower radiator hoses, a coil. Those are bronze plug wires. We're going along with the metal theme here. The valve cover is black and a gold accenting. There again, metal colors. And the Morosa valve covers is what came with the Corvette engine. And the hood closes just like that. See if I take this, I thin out the spring, I can drop the front end down. So we may do that. The donor kit was this kit. I'm sorry. This is a Revell 68 Corvette Roadster 2-in-1. That's where the engine come from. I had plans for this kit, so not to worry. There's the overhead view, since we're here, of the awesome car. I don't know what I'm naming this. It not sure. Get it back in the right place. But the all the front end parts, as if you notice, it's smooth. I took and filled in all the cracks. I did that because of all the glue that they stuck in there when I broke this apart. It was a mess, so it was easier just to sand it down, make new supports on all four corners. Same way with up here. To get everything lined up, I had to remake half of the grill in there. Oops, as you can see right there. So, like I said, these are all redone. And there was no spare tire holder in this one, so I didn't put one back. But there you have it. That, and oh, and I polished with all three levels of Novus, polished the glass. It still has a bit of a yellow tint to it, but it looks better than it did. That's Mod Podged on. That's Mod Podged on. One of the neat things I did, I don't know if I can show you. Nope. Anyway, I put locator pins in here for the wheel openings because they're a separate piece, and that way I got it in line. And then the it also holds the hood, but these are separate pieces. Anyhow, there she is. I don't know what we're going to call it. I'll come up with a name the time I make the video. I do not have any clear coat on this, or actually I don't have any quick shine. Quick shine is in the paint, and when I buffed this out, I decided that was just the right sheen to have for that year car. They didn't have 2K stuff back then, and you couldn't read your newspapers 6 feet away. So it's all working out pretty good. So there you have it. She'll sit up there on the shelf right next to the white one I redid for when I was a child, or in my teens, say. That was dedicated to Chris Cortell. So that video is on the channel. You can watch it at your leisure. There's several videos on it. This is all going to be one video. So we got to start get to editing. So we get this video out, because this is a done deal, and she turned out beautiful. I do want to acknowledge I got the inspiration from the Aero Vette, not to be confused with the Astro Vette. I get them confused all the time. The colors came from how I painted that one according to the instructions, because they had different shades of grays and chromes and silvers and all kinds of you wouldn't think you would notice the difference till they were all together, and then they all stood out. And I did the same thing with this. I mean, to look at the seats, you would think they're all one color, but then you get it at a different angle, and it changes. So that was the whole theory behind it. And instead of painting the exterior platinum, I painted the interior platinum, and I used nickel on the outside, where the interior on the other one was just black. I wanted this one to be different. So I'm happy with it. I had tons and tons of fun. I was excited to work on this one. And to be truthful, I gave $56 for this on eBay in pieces. So now she's back together in one piece and looking sexy. So most I've ever give for a rebuilder, but she's well worth it. A very unique car. I've seen a new unopened box on eBay go for $176. I'll be honest with you, I did bid $50 on it, but that was because the bid was at $40. So then I raised it to $60, but I didn't get it because I thought, nope, I ain't gonna go any higher than that. Yeah, a brand new seal kit. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to take it, open it up, and sell it and build it. So I'll run across another one of these sooner or later. Only took 5 years to find this one, but we'll get one. So take care, my friends. God bless. Save the fingers. Be kind to your neighbors. You don't know when you're going to see them again, because I'm done rambling. And I want to thank all of our first responders and volunteer firemen and policemen and all those awesome people, and all of our service people and the veterans. There's veterans around you everywhere. So thanks, fam. I want to thank our awesome sponsors, scalefinishes.com, Eclectic 10, discount code, Gaahleri.com, the capital BEW discount code, and of course, last but not least, our awesome sponsor, Josh Reese over VCG Resin by Reese. Without all those awesome people, I probably got this build done a lot slower. I use a lot of their awesome products. Take care, my friends, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless. Love each and every one of you. And thank you to all my subscribers that stick around and keep coming back. Take care, my friends. As Frank over Fresh Model Works says, be well.